The vision of the Falkirk Greenspace Initiative was to address the Rust Belt image that Falkirk had as an old iron castings town, was to address that image through green space strategy and initiatives, and in doing that to provide for our communities recreational space, green space, access to community woodlands and recreational opportunities. And at the same time as doing all that, a framework, a landscape framework to encourage economic development through image transformation in the council area. We should not overlook the role that our partners, Central Scotland Forest Trust, have played in the delivery of the green network here, in developing the vision and working with us over a long period of time. The skills that they have brought to that in terms of the vision, in terms of their contract management skills, their design skills and their fundraising skills, the contribution of that partnership has been absolutely central to the achievements that we have done here.
Back in 92-93 we had a study, and it looked at issues around the urban fringe, where you had underdeveloped land, bits of dereliction, communities that had no access to the countryside. And this project sought to make the best of the assets and to look at how we could make the urban fringe into a fantastic place for wildlife and for people, so that you could walk in it, cycle in it, just spend time in this area in a new way. The project is really large. We've been working on it for over 20 years with our partner Falkirk Council. We're talking about the urban fringe of not only Falkirk but also Grangemouth and Bowness and Denny, and picking up the little villages in between. We realised that we couldn't possibly do it in one go, so over 20 years the partners have created almost 100 projects around the urban fringe of Falkirk. We had this idea of hubs of activity that could become focuses for tourism in future, and in this area now we have the Falkirk Wheel. The Helix project is taking place not far from here, £25 million lottery funded project. So from quite small beginnings, quite modest steps, what we've seen is this incremental change in the area.
We were very keen that actually this was seen as a resource not only for the hospital but for the wider community here. There's a growing body of evidence actually that supports green space and promoting mental health and well-being, but also actually faster recovery periods for people. What you see here is our acute hospital for Forth Valley. The residual land area was formerly that supported Larbert House, which was a very bespoke design landscape of some 250 or more years ago. And our intention is to integrate that land with the hospital. So we're actually bringing patients out into the environment, day patients as well as inpatients. I can't think of a better collaborative example between public agencies actually. We have loads of school kids up here virtually every other day in terms of outdoor classrooms. We do outdoor health clinics, so fantastic example.
We're here at Conneil and Bowness. This used to be an old colliery site. Over the last 30 years and really working in this project, we've managed to actually really transform the site, plant new trees, put new paths in. I think that the results have been that people have started to look at Falkirk District in a new way. People often see the area as quite an urban space, quite an industrial area, and people have started to see actually there's a lot of green space right across the area to enjoy. Local people benefit because obviously they get out and they can enjoy all the new paths and woodland that's been created, but also we hopefully will attract new visitors to the area to enjoy the space that's here and the space that we've improved right across the district.
Planning Service in particular is very proud of the achievements of the Falkirk Greenspace Initiative in terms of the quality of life improvements that it's brought and the sustainable economic development that's come on the back of it, especially in the latter phases.
The Greenspace Initiative has transformed Falkirk as a place and makes it a much more attractive place for people to do business. Throughout its life there's been fantastic opportunities to engage particularly young people in the creation of this new green space for Falkirk. Central Scotland Forest Trust's own projects have created 30,000 days of employment over the last 20 years. That's 7 full-time equivalents. It's a fantastic marriage of environmental need and the opportunity for training and employment.
The Greenspace Initiative has been a really good way of engaging with local people and to dealing with some of the management aspects of woodland management. So getting local people more involved in how we look after our woods, getting them to appreciate the woods more. We're hoping that by providing better quality access will increase the number of visitors to Falkirk to come and enjoy the countryside around the town, and provide opportunities for business. We've got plans to build a cafe close to this site here, and also we're in discussion with a local business about bringing on a bike hire and sort of bike retail type business. One of our tenant farmers is building an ice cream parlour and farm shop, so there are good opportunities for business to evolve around the cycle trails.
The development management teams have worked very hard through the application system and implementing the policies and the vision that's in the development plan through the development control system, and working with developers, employing the policies to receive developer contributions. And we're on a site here at Linethorn in Falkirk, which is a good example of that, where in the order of £300,000 was secured through planning contributions from the neighbouring housing development then. In the development plan side, we're particularly proud of the way we have used the development plan to place the policies and the vision in the centre of the plan over a long period of time. And the officers and development plan team have developed development frameworks and master plans in conjunction with housing developers in particular, to make sure that the green space aims and objectives were integrated into the developments that took place.
I think it's important that partners like Central Scotland Forest Trust and the Council work together to do some of the big infrastructure work. It's really important that the community actually then take ownership for those sites, and actually they look after them and care for them and support us in the future.